Good morning, Lydia. We are live on 5. I've just got a different soundtrack in this morning. But if you've joined us, we are engaging in discussions pertaining to the fractal trajectory. All big words. A trajectory is a path of flight. Fractal trajectory for transformation in service to assessing growth stages. How do we check each other out, and what is the criterion for that? Because we do that all the time. We are trying to attend to something, and whenever you attend to something, your attendance or attending hierarchy shifts. Because now you have to arrange things so that this one thing that you're focusing on takes priority. That's how our brains work. We normally joke, we say to the kids, that's if your brains work, but we're not going to go there this morning. If your brains work. How are you this morning, lads? It's a Tuesday and it's cool here, but how's things over in Joburg?
Yeah, definitely warmer than yesterday, can feel. So I think we're in for a few more warmer winter days. So can't complain too much on that front. And my little one this morning decided she didn't need to hold anybody's hand walking into school because she can do it herself. So
Okay, so who needs
yeah,
mom if you can go up the steps yourself? Oh, shame. Poor
exactly.
mommies. Heart attacks all the time. It's like, well, it doesn't stop, eh? It doesn't stop. Only stops when you drop.
Yo,
Okay.
jeez,
Say, oh, can you be more encouraging than that on Tuesday?
on a
Yeah, it's
Tuesday.
exciting. Makes for exciting living. We looked at in a previous episode the difference between apprehension and comprehension when we assess somebody's growth stage or even our own. This morning, we're going to look at the curiosity awareness spectrum. That's the fourth one on the list that we are talking through. And we are by no means being exhaustive. We're just trying to make people aware of some of the criteria that can be used to assess where we are at, because you want to talk to where people are at. It's like a teacher or a preacher preaching and teaching above their heads because you don't know where they are at. Now, of course, some will react to it. Oh, no, you mustn't judge. Oh, what a misconception. You're called upon to judge all things. The spiritual man judges all things. Say, yeah, but that's not people. Yeah, you're quite right. But you only are called on to judge when you are sorting out and making judgments on your own life in the same areas that you are judging externally in others. So let's look at this one. Lydia, curiosity. What is this cat? We normally say curiosity killed the cat. Now, please talk to me. Help me here. What in the world is that?
Yeah. Um, Curious means you have a desire to ask questions, to make some observations, to um, want to know more. That desire, that pull or push to what's around you. Yeah,
I like the
figure
idea of
things out.
pulling and pushing. Curiosity pushes you and curiosity pulls you. Now, let's work with that a bit because it's hard to define what it is. It's a lot easier to observe how it expresses itself. Now,
Hmm.
think of your 2+ year old, right?
Hmm.
How does curiosity show up in that little one's life?
Yeah, she wants to know what's happening. There's a desire to, if something catches her eye, and it can happen in an instant, you know, she's actively, now you've got the attention, or that thing has the attention, or that person has the attention. It grabs her. Sure, it happens all the time. If you're watching, she can be attentive to one thing, and she can hear a noise. She can see a shiny object or a color, or hear a different kind of thing. That, it's kind of that. What stops you in your tracks?
Mm.
What's that twinkle now? That's like, oh, you know, moves me away in that direction to open the bag. What's in the bag? Or what are
Yes,
you making, mommy? I want to see. Or,
that's right. It's exactly what pulls you, what pushes you. Now, she gets grabbed very quickly. Why is it then that as adults, we sort of lose this capacity, the capacity that is so high in the first 6 years of a child's life? And then we grow non curious. Oh
mm,
man, it's like,
mm.
what happened? It's like life zips right by us at 1 Mach per hour, I mean, 1,000 kilometers an hour, and we just like, where did that go? Why do you think we become so anesthetized to curiosity? What are some of the things that kills curiosity? What do you think?
I think, we if I think of Isla, we got given a video of what the kids do in the mornings. And I think it's when you try and also force children to conform in a certain way. That's killing curiosity. You um, you stop allowing them to go after things that they're trying to find out or ask questions. I mean, Isla's been in the why. That why is shifted now a bit because we're into storytelling now. Um, but that was a big part of it not so long ago. Everything was why, and that's part of curiosity. And I think, especially if you think of the first 6 years, I can see how that's, if you're not careful, if you're not helping to guide and allow it to explore itself, um, you can put water on a flame and squelch
Mm.
that. And that's quite sad to see. That would be very sad to watch your child lose their curiosity. I think that
Yep,
must be something. Yeah.
yep. And of course, a lot of it has to do with encourage them to speak freely. Remember
Mm,
how you couldn't wait for her to start saying words, and you would hear words that nobody else hears, but you hear it because every articulation, even though it's a grunt or a groan or something absolutely unintelligible, is like, did I just hear her say mama or dada? Nothing close to it. And then once they start chirping, oh my, it's like, whoa, will this child stop? you know,
mm.
we grew up, my generation grew up in an era where kids were seen and not heard. Curiosity was killed very quickly. It's like only by permission, you know. Um, here's something that I have just been really enamored with over the past couple of days is the whole uh, area of what is called elicitation. Now, when you elicit something, you draw something out, right? You elicit a response from a kid or from people or from an audience. And in the FBI, CIA kind of circles, they have quite skilled at the idea of elicitation. And by elicitation, they mean how to get people to talk without even knowing it, how to extract information without even knowing that information is being extracted. And one of the ways of doing it is not purely by asking questions. You see, we get trapped very quickly. We say, no, no, you must only ask questions. Well, elicitation is a lot bigger than just asking questions. I could come at you and say, Lydia, you've got a daughter that has been very inquiring. Talk to us about how you observe her developing her inquiring mind. Now, I'm not asking you a question, am I?
Well, the second
I'm
part was
making,
the question, but I think the first, oh,
well, I
you mean the
say, talk.
statement of
I said, talk to me
talking.
about how she does this and
Oh,
such.
that's true.
I'm
Yeah,
drawing you
that's
out.
true.
You see, again, we're very quick just to lock our brains into, oh, no, it's only about questions.
Mm,
So I could say, you sounding quite groggy this morning. Talk to me about what you're feeling right now. I'm not asking you a question. I'm making a statement,
mm,
right? But the statement is articulated in such a way that it draws you out. And you think, yeah, I do sound like I've got a frog in my throat, a froggy. So now I start to talk. And that's a skill to learn. And I've been quite enamored with that because now I've sent for some of the I'm doing quite a few live broadcasts in the morning now with different people, and I don't only throw questions at them; I throw statements at them. Said, "You've been studying history for the past 3 years. Talk to us about some of the most significant learning moments across your 3 year experience." I'm not asking you a question.
Yeah.
I'm throwing a statement at you that elicits a response. Oh, you're looking very tired this morning. Talk to me. Something happened? Okay, there I'm asking a question.
Mm,
Uh, Talk to us about what uh, uh, what gets people to feel very groggy in the morning. Okay, because remember, questions for some people are not good things. They
mm,
always feel they're on the put on the spot, and they could become totally intimidated by questions. And I think here's another sort of low entry level way of getting them to talk about maybe stuff they wouldn't normally talk to you about. You could say, I watched you talking to your daughter and you came across quite irritated. Talk to us about what you were feeling when you were talking to her 2 minutes ago. Well, there you go. Oh, I was so mad at her because she didn't want the Kentucky that I bought for her, Kentucky Fried Chicken. And there you go. So here's another thing, Lydia. How does that strike you? Elicitation. It's a lot bigger than just asking questions. It's making a statement and encouraging somebody to respond to the statement. Maybe a true statement or it may be a
mm,
false one.
mm. I just think about what I think I mentioned this yesterday, or how I used to check, or at some point, I'm just thinking about how I used to say to people engaging with me, especially now my niece and nephew, more so since I have different kinds of students, let's put it that way. I say, I actually think I do that as well. It's like, talk to me, tell me something. And I think actually that's a great way of engaging. It's like like you say, a low entry point of engagement. After school, they're saying a lot of the time your kids don't want to talk to you because they've been engaging the whole day and they've been asked and bombarded, and that level of anxiety can go up, like you say, with questions. But I like this actually. I mean, Isla, she's still developing, but I can see how this could grow. Instead of saying, what did you learn today? And bombard again with questions, it's kind of going, tell me, tell me, you know, how this went, or tell me a story, you know, like an instructional statement based on what you're noticing when you see them.
Yes,
So I think
yes,
that's
based
that's
upon
quite a
what you're
nice,
noticing, because now you're looking, you say,
yeah, yeah.
uh, my dear, you look quite sad today. Talk to me about what's happening here. What are you feeling right now? And you could balance statements with questions. You could
Yeah.
brainstorm. You could discuss. It's a whole open, wide area. But you're talking about you're trying to get them to talk very naturally. Versus, oh, here we go again. And when they get into the teen
Mm,
years, it's like, don't even
mm,
ask me.
yeah. Yeah.
Dare you ask me now. I'm gonna tell you something that will,
Mm,
they'll get you hopping or
mm,
bouncing around here like a Duracell bunny. So curiosity is something that you can fuel from many different angles, like what you've been doing over the last while. Take it to the bunny park. Take it to the leopard park. Take it to these very, what people say, oh, it's interesting about a scrapyard. Because she's going to ask questions. What are all these cars for? Just think of something wild.
mm,
Now, of course, if you were to tell him, Mom, I'm going to be a motor mechanic, you say, oh, perish the thought. Why did I ever go to the mechanic's workshop? Because now they want to do something that you're not too chuffed about. Or, yeah, it's just an area you may have reservations with. And, um, but you see, that's what it's all about. We always think it's about us. How about turning the spotlight, say it's about them? So, while this thing of curiosity is a big, big area, I mean, I've read a couple of books just in one title is just curiosity with an upside down question mark, question mark
mm,
turned upside down. It's been very interesting reading it. And so you'll get very predictable stuff on social media about what curiosity is. But watch for those moments, where interest is grabbed, is piqued, and what interests her versus what you want her to be interested in. So I put the options out there, and increase their optionality. That's what you're doing. Increase the optionality, and something will hook somewhere. So be on the lookout today for opportunities with her. And even think about you. What piques your curiosity?
Yeah.
As a mom, as an individual. Um, I always find it has to do with something I saw during the day or something I read somewhere just in the past 24 hours. Boy, and I go after it. I saw a quote
Mm,
somewhere. Like today, I saw a quote, or last night, I was wrestling with a quote by William Blake, who's a poet, a brilliant poet. He talks about nature is not an expression of imagination, nature is imagination. I
sure.
love it. Because as I'm wrestling with it, it's getting me thinking a lot more broadly about imagination. Hasn't your curiosity been tweaked over the past 24, 48 hours by coaching again? Because you saw something.
Mm.
Talk to us about what you saw. What triggered that?
Yeah, I think it's well, more so the coaching. I'll be more specific. Yesterday, after my computer crashed, its app crashed, so I lost
Mm,
some work. But I realized as I was researching some ways to make references and do research, and kind of took me back to really exposure of what research means and what it looks like. That kind of got me a bit excited because it was that curiosity of this is what it takes when you read this and it's pulled into that, and then how do I, it's like balancing all these balls and seeing where the strings come to create and form something. For some reason that was a bit exciting because there was a curiosity, maybe a refinding, and that's all related to what I'm answering in terms of coaching and what that looks like, because it's there's a spark there. There was an original flame, so it's just being fanned a bit more. I think that's what it's part of.
yep. So moving from apathy because of the coursework you need to do to curiosity. This is cool. Now check this, and there you go.
Mm,
And
mm,
so the curiosity, apathy spectrum is something which we need to be aware of because you can figure out very quickly when you're talking to somebody, they're not connecting. Their minds are on other things. Just watch the eye
mm,
contact. There's no eye contact, or there is eye contact, or they're trying to get your eye to contact with theirs, but you're so preoccupied, and there you go. So, yeah, this is very interesting. So, let's continue these discussions. I see a number 5 on our list is about becoming circumspect in thinking and talking, thinking well and talking well. That would be an interesting one. But let's leave that for another time and another episode where we can interact again. So let's thank you for your time. We are alive on 5, and we'll get the right soundtrack this time.
mm.
So till next time, thank you for
Awesome.
your time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We are alive on 5.